Welcome to Machine Serve's channel. Today we are speaking about your breaker, and if you want a breaker, an order from us, the information that I will need from you, and just the first sort of way how to use your breaker when you receive your breaker. Now first of all, you're going to have either a hitch like this, or you're going to have a quick hitch. Crucial measurements. If you measure a bucket, I need to know the measurement across there, from that point to that point. So that if you've got a quick hitch or a dipper arm, that's going to fit into that hole. The other point that I need to know is centre to centre. So I'm going to measure from the outside to the inside of that pin, and that'll give me my centres. Rather than trying to go from there to there, I'm just going from the top of there to the top of there to give me my centres. I then want my pin size, my pin diameter, which is the size across there, which you can do with a tape measure, or you obviously use a vernier. With our Arrowhead breakers, we normally supply with loose pins because it's a nice hefty bracket on there. If you haven't got a quick hitch, then specify that you want loose pins, because otherwise if it's welded, it's not very much good. So that's the bracket side of things. Hoses come as standard on the breaker, which I have a pair similar to this, although that's for the compactor. They'll go on there, and then I need to add hydraulic fittings. So obviously this is hydraulic fittings. These are flat face fittings. It's the ones that you'll normally find on most diggers. You've got a male this side, and on the other side I've got a female. So this is a 3/8 fitting. So I would ask you the outside diameter of that fitting, and in this case 19.77. This one here is a bigger one. This is a 3/4, and the outside diameter, and that's a female, and it's 46.71. We've also got some other fittings down here. We've got these two here, which are a pair. Those are 1/2 inch. That's 3/8. There's a 3/8 female on the other side of there. So basically I need to know the size, the diameter of those, so we can get the right couplings for you. That's that point. Now if you haven't got any couplings on here, and you've just got this piece, or we need to know what thread you've got on there. Now here's a couple of common thread sizes. Now if you look at the one on the right, you'll see it's a lot coarser thread than the one on the left. That's a metric thread, that's a BSP thread, and inside they're different as well. Again, if I know the outside diameter there, will give me a rough idea of what fitting I'm dealing with. Except for it's gone into inches now. 21.47, 21.5 is an M22, and that one is 20.5, which is a 1/2 inch BSP. But they do vary, and some will have cones on the outside. Take a picture and measure that outside diameter, and I'll tell you what fitting you've got. No problem at all. Right, so that's the getting the right information so that you can order your breaker and it's going to fit on, and you're going to be able to go work on it. You have to go, I've got to go and get a new pipe, or I've got to get some fittings. It's all done for you. So you've got your breaker on, and your tool's not in. It is on this case. So we want a screwdriver like this, and we just put that in the grommet. So this is what the grommet looks like, and we just push that one in there like that, and dig it out like that, so I'll get confused here. Now inside here we've got a pin, and at the bottom we've got a hole, and my screwdriver is too big to get it out. That's really clever. So I'm going to use my vernier. I'm just pushing the tool up a little bit, so that comes out like that, and I've got lovely grease all over my fingers, and this tool comes out like that, and it's got a notch in it. Now that notch is where the pin sits. Now if you ever bring your pin to me and it's all shattered and it's all got ribs on it, it's because you've been lifting your breaker off the ground and you're still hammering, and basically you're sat like that because the weight's off of the tool, and then you're hitting it on the top, and that's going bang 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 on top of your pin, and it's going to wear your pin out in no time, or even break it. Always put your weight down so that your pin's sat there, so that the tool is not sat on your pin. So I'm going to put that back in now. I will just get this tool here so you can see this one. This is a post driving cup. So that will go in where your tool goes in. I'll just drop that one now. Dirty old stuff. On there, pop this one back in. It's quite simple. You just go like that, give it a push, and he's in. Just sit him square. Make sure you get him the right way round, not the wrong way round. The right way is like that, not like that. Because if you put him like that, your pin will come out and he'll start drifting on the side, and you'll just chew his way through the rubber grommet. So that's that one. If you've got an R40, it's got a smaller one. All of the other breakers have the bigger rubber donut, as it's called. So that's how you change your tool. We got a post driving cup here, which has got a recess. That's a 4 inch, and it's 4 1/4. It's quite heavy. We've got an increased shank there, so it's actually 2 pieces. They're not the cheapest of things, but they do a really good job. So that's the post driving cup. When you're using it, we've got a grease nipple just around down this side. There's a grease nipple on the side there, and that wants to be greased every 2 hours of use. When you're braking, 30 seconds on, so brake for 30 seconds, take your foot off or your finger off of the hydraulic auxiliary so that it just keeps the machine cool, keeps your breaker cool, rather than getting it overheated. The grease that we use, supplied by Arrowhead, it's not the cheapest, £7.25 cartridge plus the VAT, but if I take it off, you'll see why it's so expensive. So, grease has got a viscosity or a slap test. So when you slap against it, if you've got grease in between there, it stays in where it's supposed to be. It gets hot, this will stay there. This is designed for the Arrowhead. It's really good. Now, I'll just put that on my finger. I'm going to put it on there, and this is going to take me the rest of the day to wash this off, because it just doesn't come off your fingers normally. Because I'm filming, I must have soft hands today. So that's the grease, every 2 hours, off and on for 30 seconds at a time when you're braking, and your breaker will last you for years. We've got gas pressure on here. Now, if you weren't going to use it for 6 weeks, if you had a gas charging kit, you could decrease the pressure, take the pressure out, and that will make your seals last longer. Put it standing up rather than lay down on the floor, make your seals last longer. But to be fair, if you're using it regularly, it'll go for years before you need to charge. We charge £40 for a regas. That's it, folks. Thank you very much.